Available for your home in 1995. Only on Nintendo Ultra 64. Killer Instinct.
Going back to the way I used to do game reviews, where I used to just not script it, I'd sit here, talk, and hope it comes out well. Today I'm going to be talking about a game called Killer Instinct. Why am I talking about Killer Instinct, a really forgotten game from 1994? Well, I'm talking about it because there's actually been publicity about a new one in the works. Now, this is probably not true because they've always said that there's a new Conker coming out, there's a new Banjo-Kazooie, which did happen, but that was a while ago, and that there's a new Killer Instinct. Now, I just wanted to talk about it anyway, just in case there is a new Killer Instinct. Killer Instinct is a fighting game from 1994, was originally released on arcade, and then was released on Super Nintendo in 1995. Now, this is a classic fighting game to the bone. You like Mortal Kombat, you like Street Fighter, you like Final Fight, you like any of those other Super Nintendo fighting games, you'll like this one. It's a bit different to them, but it's still a great fighting game. And also, if you like to do like tournaments with this game is good for it, I'm telling you that. Me and my friend, two of my friends, we used to have tournaments some nights. We had a big tournament one night, which was just not like 5 or 6 matches. This was for hours we played it, just playing, and I honestly don't remember who won, but that's one other thing about the game that is good for fighting tournaments. It's pretty well unknown now to these days. If you ask someone, chances are they're not going to know this game. Now, the characters in this game are Jago, Saberwolf, Combo, Thunder, Orchid, Cinder, Riptor, Glacius, Spinal, Idol, and Fulgore. Now, if you are a fan of fighting games and you are able to get your hands on this game, I'd really honestly recommend this. This game was published by Rare in 1994. Yes, Rare, the same company that did all those games on the Nintendo 64. There was actually a Nintendo 64 version of the game called Killer Instinct Gold, which isn't really a good game, but if you want to get your hands on it, okay, but the arcade version of number 2 was so much better anyway. Now, with Killer Instinct, the game is set on basically the story of that a big tournament is being held, and there's this laboratory that is testing a new combat system called Fulgore, who's a cyborg, and now basically all the opponents are just to test Fulgore to his maximum. Most of the opponents are quite hard to beat, and it sometimes can be really challenging to get up to the final boss, or even Fulgore on the normal difficulty. And the boss being Idol is a 2-headed, ancient mystical warlord who was trapped in a dimensional prison in the distant past. Now, he's not easy to beat at all, I can tell you. I've spent many hours with me and my 2 friends trying to beat him because he is such a bastard to kill. Now, also, this game's multiplayer, which is obviously just fighting, which is absolutely brilliant fighting. The combat system of this game is perfect on the Super Nintendo. There'd be no need to change this. It's what I would say a great example of a combat system, not compared to most fighting games these days, which I don't like their fighting systems, but hey, I'm stuck in the retro years, so I could just be wrong about it. But anyways, if you manage to get a copy of this game and you want to play with this with friends, I would highly recommend this game. This game is worth playing, it is worth getting your hands on if you have a Super Nintendo, or even trying it out on ROM or emulator would probably be a cool thing. And there's also a Game Boy port, but that's not really worth checking out, it's not that good. Either is the Nintendo 64 port of this, that wasn't really good. There's also been talks of actually releasing it on the Xbox Live Arcade, but it probably won't get to that because it hasn't got that much popularity. It is a forgotten game. It has got a legacy following it, but it's not a really well-known game, as I've said before. So if you do manage to just see it, buy it. Even if you don't have a Super Nintendo, just get this game because it's worth keeping your hands on. Thank you for watching.